Ruby Horror Story. This story is about a 17-year-old boy named Jimmy who was going to his aunt's place for a summer holiday. Jimmy's family had just entered the aunt's village when he suddenly felt really thirsty. His father stopped the car at a nearby shop. They spotted a crowd gathered at some distance from where they were. Jimmy's father asked what the fuss was all about. And before anyone could answer anything, Jimmy spotted a dead body of a woman lying in the middle of the road. The moment Jimmy saw that body, he felt as if a shadow went past him. His gaze then went on to that woman's bag filled with makeup accessories and jewelry. He quietly took a bangle without anyone's notice. By then, his father asked him to come, and Jimmy quickly hid the bangle in his pocket and left that place. After reaching his aunt's home, Jimmy started acting weird with everyone. His parents thought that the sight of the dead body had really disturbed him. But Jimmy was still engrossed with the bangle that was with him. He stood in front of the mirror in his room, wore the bangle on his wrist, and kept smiling. One day when Jimmy was looking at himself wearing that bangle, he got the urge of dressing up like a woman. He went to his cousin Rhea and asked her for makeup. He then went to his aunt's room and got himself one of her saris. He was just getting ready when Jimmy's father walked into the room. On seeing Jimmy like that, his dad got furious and scolded him. Jimmy started crying, saying he wants to be a girl. This took his father's temper to another level, and he started hitting him. He then locked Jimmy in the room and left. Jimmy sat down and cried loudly. Suddenly, he saw a shadow of a woman on the wall of his room. Slowly, that shadow walked closer to him. Jimmy got scared on seeing that shadow and started banging the door, but nobody opened the door. He turned back to find that the shadow had disappeared. He then heard some strange noise coming from under his bed, as if someone was calling his name. When Jimmy looked under the bed, he found the woman's dead body, which he had seen that day on the road. That body looked even more horrifying as it crawled towards Jimmy. It came right next to him, and then disappeared. Jimmy felt really pukish after that. Next day onwards, Jimmy's behavior changed for the worse. He would always wear his aunt's sari and dress up completely like a woman. He would go on to say to everyone that his name was Ruby. Some days he would shout at the top of his lungs and create chaos in the house, while some days he would simply sit in a corner crying all day long. One day he went to his mother, crying, and told her that he is a lady, and he is seeing devils everywhere that'll come and kill him. He said that the devils have inverted toes, their teeth dripping in blood, and had extremely long nails with which they intended to attack him. Soon Jimmy's condition worsened, but every day he'd dress up as a girl and dance in his room. His parents couldn't understand what happened to him and why he kept calling himself Ruby. Jimmy's father asked around in the neighborhood. After further inquiry, he got to know what the dead body that they found that day on the road was of a man named Joseph, who also went by the name of Ruby. Joseph was in love with a guy, and he had changed his name to Ruby just for him. They both wanted to get married to each other, but Joseph's family didn't approve of this. For them, what they wanted was a sin. And because of the slander that this brought to the family, Joseph's own family had killed him. This story sent chills down his throat. Jimmy's father regretted treating Jimmy the way he did. He was sure that the spirit of Ruby had possessed his son, and he immediately went back home to tell this to everyone. But it was too late. Jimmy was dancing with his room door closed when he realized that the devils had come to the door to kill him. The same devils that had inverted toes, teeth dripping in blood, and it had extremely long nails with which they intended to attack him. Jimmy shouted frantically, but by the time his family broke down the door, he was lying on the floor with his body paralyzed. They quickly rushed him to the hospital. The doctors tried their best and did manage to save his life. And when Jimmy's father told his family about Joseph's incident, the entire family felt Joseph's pain. They prayed for Joseph, and when they found the bangle on Jimmy, they buried that bangle alongside Joseph's grave. After a few days, Jimmy got better. Today, he doesn't remember anything about Ruby. But like Ruby, there are many such people who are misunderstood and are treated with disdain by society because of their choices. In fact, people involved in a same-sex relationship are many times killed by powerful people of the society. There lies a very important message in this story. Everyone has the right to love, and the least we could do is be respectful toward their choices. If you agree with us, then do let us know in the comments. And if you like this story, please subscribe to our channel, Bloody Monday, and keep watching more horror stories on our channel.